a very minor thing, but it's a common habit by a lot of people. You don't want to level your ability until you actually need to use it.
Oh, I see. Like in case of invades or
Yeah.
okay.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Revision. Yeah, what are you thinking so far in this game?
So oh okay, the intro to this game was kind of really weird. I was thinking because I saw Aurelia with Ignite, I believe.
Hmm?
And usually if I see a top laner with Ignite on like either side, I try to path there first just because I expect it to be volatile. So I was thinking start bot path top this game.
Okay.
I don't know if that's like correct or not. It's just kind of like it's like something I thought was a thing to do. If the like somebody has Ignite top lane, you just want to make sure you're pathing there because there's like probably certainly going to be a fight for first blood or something.
There could be, yeah. But okay. So before you even consider like volatility of lanes, what you want to consider is what does your champion generally want?
AFK farm till 6, baby.
Yeah.
I've been struggling because like the other champ I've been playing a lot recently too is Eve, and I think
Mhm.
for it's a lot easier for me to just commit to just AFK farming till 6 on her.
Yeah.
But like I don't know what it is with like I think it's maybe just like I do it and then if teams like die or something like that early and I didn't react to it fast enough or something like that, and then I fall into this habit of it's like fuck, like I'm not impacting the game enough. I should be like ganking like level 3, like doing all this shit. And then it like just kind of bounces back and forth and I never really know what the correct conclusion is, and it's just this like weird
Yeah.
thing because it's like I know Nocturne wants a 6 first, but it's like I always feel like I'm kind of like griefing sometimes when I do that, even though I know it's the best thing for my champion to do. So I guess what I mean when I say I don't really have a proper like view of the game currently because I don't know what the correct thing to do is a lot of the times.
Right. You sound very conflicted going into your
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Minions have spawned.
So yeah, with that idea, let's start off with that, and then we'll get into lane matchups. Um, if your goal is to hit level 6 quickly, what's going to inhibit that?
Like prevent it.
Yeah, like what can the enemy team try to do to stop you from hitting level 6 quickly? What would need to happen?
I think the only thing would be invades,
Yeah.
right? Like Jarvan just invading me, like them getting prio, top laner coming down, just invades.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you starting bottom is the only way this can get kind of difficult.
Because
Um,
they already showed, or it's just more likely for them to invade that side. Because yeah, the Jarvan thing,
what Jarvan thing?
where they start enemy or like raptors and then just like hop over the wall or something for them to gank. Is that what you mean? Or
No, I mean they can. I guess he could try that, but that shouldn't be possible for him to really do. As long as like as you're killing the red, you kite to check it, or if you start raptors, obviously you'll know.
Mhm.
Um, but the main thing is like if he tries to invade you bot side, it's a lot harder for him to do than if he tries to invade you top side. Because let's say you have no prio, like all three lanes are pushed in. At minimum,
Mhm.
your support can move, but your top laner can't move.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm like, yes, thinking about volatility um, is part of it, but the main thing is just like how you actually can get the 6 is going to be more important. Another thing, like you also have to consider if you actually like, let's say you kill the Irelia, what are you gaining from it?
Aside from like potential gold, nothing, I guess,
Yeah,
because I think Yorick just wants to just push anyways, right? Like he just wants to sideline the whole game,
yeah, he just wants
typically.
to silent farm up. The point that I'm getting at is if you kill Irelia, she still beats Yorick
Yeah.
because her little or his little ghouls she can just reset with her Q off of.
Mhm.
and then like get over his wall. It's a really tough thing for him, but that's like top lane specific. Anyway, yeah, I would just like to see path bottom here for sure.
So is the idea because it's an unfavorable matchup top? There's kind of like no point in
That was just
actively
an
playing
extra
towards
detail.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The main thing that I'm concerned about is just you're avoiding getting invaded. That's what I care about. That's your prioritization, and then I was just throwing that in as like extra reason. Because obviously, I'm not expecting you to know how most of the matchups go for different lanes.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess we can play a little game with that. What do you think is going to happen with mid lane and bot lane? Like, who's going to be pushing early?
I think I expect bot lane to be pushing in early just because of double range. With mid, I expect Karma to win early just because from what I know, like Asol is just like a long-term scaler kind of champion. So I expect to have like no mid prio, no bot prio, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. So Karma's really strong early because level 1 she has her R, so she can just like RQ and do a ton of damage. As you said, Aurelion Sol's really weak, and then the Caitlyn stun has a lot of poke. So yeah, that is correct. So you don't need to know like specifically how the matchup's going to play out. Just as long as you have that rough idea, that's fine.
Very like general.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. There's so I was gonna initially start top and path down, but not for like the reasons you mentioned. I think I saw like in videos or something they call Caitlyn like a high priority lane to play around as a jungler, like enemy and team, because it's kind of like a Draven sort of thing. But I don't know if that's true or not. It's just like what I've heard.
Yeah, we'll probably get into that a little bit later. Remind me to bring that up. There's a reason for that. Oh no. Okay. You have enough information to where you don't need to do this. You have the ward here, so I like that you noticed that the Jarvan was there because like Aurelion Sol saw him, you saw him through the ward, all of that. So this is great. All that you need to know is if Jarvan shows here. If he shows walking down, what does that mean he's doing?
Going back to his side.
Yes. But if he runs towards this direction, or if you see him hop over the wall, then it's different.
I thought he was doing my red, which is why I did that. I guess,
he did do the red. He did.
Oh, okay.
He hadn't quite finished the rafters. So once you see this, what does this mean his intention is?
He wants to hop over the wall, gank either mid or top.
I mean, he could try it. I don't think it's gonna work because like everybody's seen him. So he should know that everybody's seen him. But the point that I'm getting at is like, unless he goes for a cheese gank like that, he's committing to all 3 of your camps. Because if he doesn't, and he goes to your top side, he doesn't hit, or sorry, his top side, he doesn't hit level 4.
Oh, I see. Oh wait, did he take my Krugs too then?
He should. I don't know if he does. Oh wow, he didn't.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, like my first response, seeing him like on my red, was like, okay, I have to trade this, I guess. I don't know if like I grief that or.
Yeah, so you have the right idea, kind of. As soon as you see him go to the red, the game plan goes from like continuing to clear up to go into his bot side, but you want to do it after wolves.
Oh, I see. Okay. I shouldn't have skipped the wolves. Okay.
Right. Because what he's doing is he's splitting the map. He's taking your topside camps, and then like generally when people do this, they're praying that you don't realize he's there, and then they fight you on it. But if you do realize, then it's just he gets his topside camps, or the topside camps, you get the bot side camps.
What's the reason for doing wolves first? Because usually I hear people say like you want to do it instant. Like I was feeling weird about even like taking the time to finish my Gromp there, because I always hear people say it should be like instant. Like as soon as you see him there, it's immediately go to his What said?
Because if you don't do your Goblin Wolves, okay. Remember earlier, it goes back to the very beginning. Your goal is to hit level 6 as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Or even for simpler, like more short-term things, you're trying to get either a full clear worth of golden XP or better. If you're doing anything that makes it to where by 330 you have less than like 800 gold and you're not level 4, something's gone wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of been gimped. I see.
The problem is that you hit level 3 off the red and you're fighting him here. And this is great, don't get me wrong, but notice this would have worked even if you did wolves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he had the time to get there and auto it for like a bit of time too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you would have killed wolves faster than red.
Mhm.
But why is this play like this? This shows why Jarvan's play is really bad. Because the downside of what he does is if you realize that he's invaded you topside, you do your 3 camps and you come here, you have level advantage.
Mhm.
And you just beat him up like this part. So yeah, this is great. Get the execute, so that's pretty good. I am curious what you do here. This is an ugly position to be in after you die.
Yeah, I was like, I looked at like my fucking first spawn of wolves and then my like Krugs. I'm like, what the fuck? So I think I just decided to go topside and try to clear down. Or no, because it's like I knew he took my Raptors like first, so I know they're gonna respawn or like shortly after 330 because I do like Raptor start quite a bit. So I was just gonna take yeah, that and then go crab and then Raptors.
This is good, but it depends on the reason. Why did you not go to his top side?
I think it's just because I didn't know where he was. Like I don't think I was thinking about where he was at the time.
Yeah.
But
So
I guess if he's there, do you think that's like like a potential invade play, anyways? Like to fight him off
it
his
could
camps,
be,
or
but the reason that you can't. So here's what I'm looking for. We know that Jarvan has not hit like when you fought him. He still hasn't hit level 3. Now he'll hit level 3 by the time you get there, or at least he'll be very close to it. But what I'm looking for is like you can fight him because you know he's going to his top side since his bot side camps are down. He has nothing to do. But the reason you can't go there is because Aurelia just reset and she can show up.
yeah,
So this is good simply because it's too risky. But if you have like Prio from Yorick, absolutely, I would like to see you invade and try to use that.
better. Yeah, I think I was just because I was playing pretty scared after like that open because it was pretty fucked. I'm like, okay, I just want like the most safe way to just clear my camps and just relax a little bit.
Yeah, and this is fine. Still decent. Regardless.
So this is what I'm talking about when I say I always feel pressure. Like it's hard for me to just farm, even when I play farm champions, because I just feel so pressured to like do something all the time. Otherwise, I feel like I'm gonna lose the game or something by not impacting the map enough or something. So I take like I just like this shit. I think I knew it wouldn't work anyways, but I just felt like I had to try or something.
Yeah, so this goes back to what I said earlier of like every decision that you're making, especially if it's early game, compare it to how much golden XP you'll get from camps. If
Oh, I see.
if the play makes sense, like if like let's say you think that there is a high percentage of you killing the karma. So you're getting 300 gold plus gold onto Aurelian Soul for the assist. And then you're denying minion waves. So if you can kill her, then yeah, it's worth it. But if you're thinking more of like, oh, it's like a 30% chance we kill her or something like that, then obviously the math gets a lot worse.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I should have just turned. I should have just walked away as soon as she fucking used that speed up thing.
Yep.
Like, I think once I saw like Asol use his whatever the flight thing is where he just charges into them, I was like, okay, it's like free. But yeah, as soon as she walks away, I think I just leave.
Back to full clear. No, don't do grubs. Oh no, you can't do this. Okay.
Is it bad to like in my like just early clears and like timers just for grub plays?
Yes.
Or- okay.
Yes, it is. Okay. So there's multiple reasons why this is risky. One, you're rolling souls recalling,
Hmm.
but also like you haven't been farming, so you're not as strong as you should be. But the other thing is you got to consider what do you actually. This is only worth it if you kill the Jarvan and like you get the grubs too.
Hmm.
If you don't kill the Jarvan, then it's a huge waste of time. Especially because Drake is almost always going to be worth more than a grub. Like camp-wise, one Drake versus one set of grubs.
Oh, right. Oh, really? Like golden experience wise, or just like its effect on the game overall?
Effect on a game. So there's a lot of
Oh, okay.
reasons. Um, the the benefit of grubs, like the main reason that people care about grubs is because of the XP off of your first one that you kill. You aware of that?
You get like there's like the bonus on it or whatever.
Right, the extra 80 from your jungle item.
Mhm.
Yeah. But people care about that because it'll help you get level 6 faster. The problem, though, is that's pretty much the only benefit that you're going to get from grubs. Later in the game, they don't really help.
Oh, okay. I might have had a poor read on. Yeah, I feel like past like since the start of the season, I've been treating them like some like need to get all six or I just lose the game kind of
No,
thing. Like
definitely not.
when it spawns, it's like the single most important thing on the. Okay, I see.
Because yeah, let's compare like what you end up getting at the end of it. So we'll say you have 2 drakes versus 6 grubs. Obviously, getting the full 6 grubs is kind of difficult anyway, but we'll compare that. If you get 2 drakes, you start to be able to threaten soul, and there's some genuine value in that. Plus, obviously, what you get from the drakes themselves.
Mhm.
With the 6 grubs, you get turret pushing power. But what a lot of people don't know is those little void mites that spawn when you have 5 or 6 of the buff, they give the opponent XP.
Oh, I see.
So
It's
imagine you're just
almost
like giving them extra minions to farm every time somebody's hitting a turret.
that makes sense. It's kind of like the equivalent of taking an inhib like super
Yes,
early or
it's the
something.
exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
And so just like with taking an inhib, there are times where taking an early inhib is good, but it's like you have to be confident that you can end the game with it. Just like with grubs, if you have the comp for it and you know that like you can efficiently end the game, then it can be great. But that's not happening in this elo. Like
It's sort of like a win more type of.
yes, very much
objective.
so. Win more.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I see. Holy fuck! Yeah, I've been like worshiping like I thought these things were like the most important objective until
Yeah.
until like what the fuck. I guess it makes sense though. Like if your team's in a losing position and there's never waves to like crashing into enemy towers, like what are the groups gonna really do for you?
especially because it's Nocturne most of the time from the earlier reason of like trying to avoid getting invaded. A lot of the time you're pathing down. If you path down, so let's say you do standard full clear once, and then you do your Krugs and Raptors, the Grubs are up, but so is Drake. If you go to Grubs, you're completely messing up your tempo. Because you're not clearing these camps. But if you do, let's say, Wolves and Gromp, then you can actually do Drake, reset, and it doesn't mess up your sequencing. But if you do the Grubs there, it does.
I see. So you still want to play around your camp spawns, like
Yes.
Okay.
Shut down.
Yeah, like this is probably like I thought this was a good thing, but in hindsight, it's probably troll. Like I haven't even gone to my bot side or anything. Right?
Oh yeah, you're completely screwing yourself over here. I need to turn the fog of war back on. Oops.
And I think here I'm just thinking like now it's just clear time. Like I haven't fucking farmed properly. So it's time to just clear my camps. I'll have R and then look to ult bot, I think is what I'm thinking right now.
Yep. Just so I have level 6. Why does this happen?
Because they knew I was doing grubs.
No.
Oh.
You're giving them too much credit. Now, it's because you did Grubs, but they didn't do this because you did Grubs. Like, they would have done it anyway. It's just they got away with it because you did the Grubs.
Oh, I see. Well, if I didn't do the grubs, I would have been in a position to help that.
Right, because you would have already been 6, and you could actually deny that and turn it. But because we're doing the Grubs, we're not not getting it.
Down a lot. Yeah.
And so this right here, this example is now when I can talk about what you said earlier with like playing around Caitlyn lanes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure Nathan, you've heard him say it a million times, like the highest value gank is a dive.
Yeah.
That is why, because this kind of scenario right here, Caitlyn is really, really good at setting up dives because of her poke, especially if you've got a similar champion for support. So the reason you're going to be playing around her a lot is because if she's on your team, you're wanting to dive people that are low. If she's against you, then you're trying to deny the dive so your team doesn't end up like this, where they can't play the game.
Oh, I see. Okay. That makes more sense. I kind of assumed it meant it's because she was just like some turbo snowball carry champion that you wanted to make sure doesn't get too strong. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. And then
oh no. Oh, I don't like this. How did you manage to actually get a kill out of this? I'm so surprised. Like at most it should just be Senna dying. That's insane you get a kill here. I need to try. I think this is flashable right here.
oh yeah. I think it is. Yeah.
I haven't tried it in a game, but surely that is. Either way, great. You get a miracle double kill. A little bit of wasting time again. Okay, so I'll probably go to another VOD after this, but what's wrong with this gank? There's a lot of things.
There's literally no way it works. Like my mid can't react. Like there's like a wave crashing under his turret. I
Yep.
don't know where Jarvan is, and she's stronger than me. Like there's literally no way this works.
Hmm.
Like this is like it's this thing I was talking about earlier. Where it's just like that feeling that pressure to like have to do something or something like that.
Yeah.
Without it was like very emotional, or rather than like logical. I guess. Yeah, it was like terrible. Fuck.
Yep. And then the other thing is she's already crashed the wave.
Mhm.
So even if you do kill her, like
She
she's
doesn't
gotten
really
what she
lose
wanted and she
anything.
has TP.
Yeah. What's the better option here? To just reset
Yeah.
or
Yep. Just
okay?
reset and run your respawning topside. And then you can full clear down until your ultimate's back up, and then you look for a play bottom.
Okay.
There we go. Those are the notes that I have written for the first game.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You can write anything else if I forgot anything, but
And do you think playing so like prioritize getting level 6, like playing the champ identity, like does that matter regardless of the game? Would you say like that should always be the first thing I'm actively
to a
trying to do?
degree, yes.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So it's like
Welcome to Summoner.
trying to think of how you could come across an exception. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty rare you have an exception. It's almost always gonna be you're playing towards your level 6. Like, I guess okay, kind of an exception is if like in that scenario where your bot lane's getting dove, and you know you need to protect them, then like you could argue there to skip camps to defend it so they don't lose multiple waves of minions, but that's
Mhm.
gonna be pretty rare. Uh, yeah, and most time you're just prioritizing your level 6.
What can I get? Okay, I see.
A summoner has reconnected. Minions have spawned.
And here it's kind of the same thing. I'm pathing top because it's Quinn with Ignite. Like I know she's looking to kill, so I'm like, okay, I go to help that, I guess. But I might have
Yeah,
to reevaluate that thought process.
absolutely.
Is this another game where it's probably better to just start top?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, definitely is. For a lot of reasons, it's like safer against Shaco invades, but also it's pretty hard to actually set up a gank top, and
Mhm.
you can see it here. This is pretty standard for how the matchup's going to play out. What what are you going to really do with this?
That's true.
Like she's
Like,
going to be pushing all the time. You can't gank it, and then even if you were to try to gank it, there's no CC. Oliver's just going to walk out.
is it overcomp? Like, if I were to be like, okay, like I know she's arranged against melee. She's going to be like turbo pushing the whole time. Therefore,
Mhm.
Shake goes most likely to gank there early. Therefore, I should pat there to counter gank that or prevent him from. Like, is that overthinking the fuck out of
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
So
All right.
always prioritize what you want over what your opponent wants.
Okay. Okay.
If whatever you want overlaps with denying the enemy, then absolutely do that. But
Mhm.
don't go out of your way to deny him something if you're denying yourself.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see. You don't want to like sack things for the sake of
Right.
Okay.
Because let's say that you path here, you like full clear, he full clears, and you deny a gank. That's like your best case scenario with that.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting all of the like decision or like power into your teammates. It's gone from you because you've neutralized your own ability to impact the game. Same with Shaco.
I see. I see.
But if you're playing for your level 6 and you're like confident in your ability to like effectively use it, then it becomes a lot less flippy. Even if he does end up killing your top laner.
It's kind of like you don't want to commit to plays where you're not like the deciding factor.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Is there a reason you smite on the red?
I always just smite it like whenever I think I trolled there. It's 400. I always just try to smite it like as soon as it comes up to try to speed up clear a bit. Because I had to work on my clears a lot. I haven't got them down to like what's the current meta, like 310 or something, 315.
I have no clue for Nocturne. It can definitely be a lot faster, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't think you're clear, at least when you get a bot lane leash, I don't think it's slow enough to where you have to smite the red there.
Would you say that for Krugs or?
No, for the scuttle.
Oh, Scott. Okay.
Yeah. Like if you're able to hold the smite and then finish your camp in time to like get to scuttle reasonably within like a couple of seconds, then it's better to hold the smite. Now, of course, if your clear is really struggling or you don't get a leash, then yeah, smite that, but it should be a little bit more based on the game time.
Okay.
Okay, you almost did a really clean play. I mean, it is good. It's just you were a little bit slow. But if you're gonna give up the scuttle, like you did, which is great, you want to recall
Like
here. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. And then
I was kind of thinking that, like, when I was recalling to go to that, I'm like, fuck, like, that might not even still be there. Like, he has so much time to just walk over there.
It's good, though. Like, you didn't fight it. You take scuttle. We're doing that thing again.
Yeah, I think I'm noticing a habit of just trying to force plays when I don't need to a lot.
Yeah. Did you walk over a warp? Had to have been here.
Yeah, I was like thinking that after a little
Wait,
bit. I'm like,
is it
definitely
not?
saw me.
Why did they walk back? What? They had no vision.
Yeah, I assumed I was on vision because of the way they like ran towards the tower.
Yeah, it's really weird. Maybe they're not familiar with the concept of holding a wave, because they're like, "Oh, we cleared it. They won't hold it." Anyway, but yeah, like so you kind of have the right idea, and in the sense that they are pushing, but yeah, you're just like, as soon as you see them clicking back, you gotta leave.
Yeah, there's no point in like wasting time.
Right. This is alright. Yep, kill him. Made a bit of a pathing mistake here. Now, normally what you would do if, like, let's say you were to, like, not do this and you were to go straight to your Gromp, then what you did would be good. You would do your Gromp, you would do your Wolves, everything is, like, coming up. But since you spent time on the auction there, I would rather you do wolves here, Gromp, and then reset.
I see. Yeah, is it you're clearing like closest proximity kind of thing instead of wasting the time walking around? Or
That's part of it, yeah. But the other thing is, so let's say you do Gromp and you do wolves. So you do this. Where do you have to go now?
top side.
You have to go topside, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's when I'm clearing down, the ground's gonna spawn before wolves.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So you're stuck in this loop, but if you do that wolves Gromp and then you reset come Krug's Raptors, it's much cleaner.
Mhm.
Now this would all make sense if Grubs doesn't suck as a camp,
Yeah.
like or as an objective. Then it would math out.
So is it better to just do my Krugs here then?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I'd much rather you do Krugs and then reset. However, when you see, did you see Shaco when you did it?
Yeah. That's the main reason I decided to commit to it.
I don't think you saw Shaco yet.
No, like I was walking up to it and then I was doing it, but I was expecting someone to show, so I was ready to pull off. But then I saw him show bot side, so I'm like, okay, I'll just stay here and do these.
Okay.
If that,
Yeah.
if that makes
So
sense.
I don't like that idea.
It's like I'll take a bad play and then if it works kind of thing.
Yes. If you're in the situation where you're like, I hope they don't show up, but if they do, I'll back off. Then you're basically saying, if they show up, I just wasted a ton of time.
Yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's like if I'm thinking like, okay, I hope they don't come, then it's not a good position to make the play from.
But let's say Shaco is showing bottom right now. Then the Grubs becomes more valuable because, like, one, there's no risk. But the reason the Grubs is important here is because it gets you level 6. So, like, it is helpful if you know that you're able to do it safely.
Okay.
But here's where it gets tricky, and this is where people mess it up. This is specifically because, if we go way back, where did Chaco show last? How long has it been since that dude showed? I know he showed top. He did Scuttle. Anyway, but because Shaco hasn't shown on the map, it's pretty safe to assume that he's taking camps. Like, at least he should be. So we shouldn't be expecting both of his top side to be up.
Yeah. Especially because I think the last time he showed before showing bot, he was getting chased by or he showed somewhere topside, I think.
Yeah, he showed when you were wanting to go to Scuttle, and then like
Okay.
he was here. But yeah. So in a position where, let's say you see Shaco and like you know he hasn't touched his top side, should you go to his top side or should you go to Grubs?
I think, okay, if I had to make this decision like in the game in the moment, I think I'd go to Grubs because
Yeah.
they are like objective more important, but like
But
all
it's a
that
loaded
shit.
question, so you know what I want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think the camps are more, yeah, it's like the outside in rule or whatever, right?
So here's why. So you take his camps because you see him here.
Mhm.
Take this, you take this, and then you make a decision after that. You can either A, which is what I typically prefer to do, you run up and you either, like, depending on how much gold you have, you can either recall after this, or you can go to your Krugs. What is the Shaco gonna do when he comes topside and there's no camps?
He's just gonna walk bot.
Nah, because the bot camp should be gone. If both of his topside camps are up, the bot side camp should be dead, unless he's just trolling.
I thought you meant like if he checks top and there's no camps there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, so he's already cleared his bot side. He runs up here and they're gone. What is he gonna do?
He ganks top, right?
He's gonna gank, or what? One other thing you
Recall.
could do.
No, he went to recall. He'd look to invade.
Yeah, let me
Wait. Are we still assuming the grubs are up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
He's just
so
gonna do grubs.
if
Okay.
you take his camps and you don't do grubs, he's going to go to the grubs.
Hmm.
It's either he ganks. If no one's gankable, he's going to grubs. So if you do his top side and you start your top side, and let's say you have like some form of vision, whether it be scuttle, a ward, anything,
Hmm.
as soon as you see he's on those grubs, you're gonna beat him.
Okay.
And then the grubs are worth it because you're killing him.
I see.
But the grubs themselves, you don't really care.
Yeah. You mean you play for the fight around it?
Yes, you love the fight.
Okay.
That's what's important.
Can I be right back out of the washroom a little bit?
Yep, go for it.
All right. Thank you. Be like a minute. Okay, I'm back.
Mark.
Would it also be an angle? So let's say like I take his top side, he checks his top side. He's most likely to do grubs. If I'm like thinking about that, I take his top side, I insta recall, and then I just run to Drake, knowing he's gonna commit to grubs.
Yeah, you can do
Or
that.
is that? Okay, I see.
Yep, either way can work. And yeah, the time to do that, especially if you know that you won't win the grubs fight. Like if your laner has to recall, or in general you're kind of weak,
Hmm.
then that's definitely a valid reason to do that.
Okay.
Even better, if instead of Drake, if you can find an opportunity to dive his bot lane, that's like ideal during that window. Speaking of diving, you better be diving on this wave.
Oh, I think I remember. No, I think I know what's coming, and I think like if I. Oh wait, is it here? Yeah, no, it hasn't happened. There's like one play where I feel like I should have tilted off the face of the earth. And I might have. No, no, it's not here. Okay, maybe it was in the other game. No, no, it was definitely this game. There's like a really terrible failed dive that was just like holy fuck. I think it happens later though.
Yeah.
Why does that happen, by the way? Should I just held on to R longer, or was it like a bad play to go for, regardless?
It's too late. Shaco's here.
Oh, I see. It's like okay, like once we know they have numbers advantage, we just not go for it.
Okay. So here, I want dive because we have big minion wave, especially because Kaisa just burned her cleanse. And you have ultimate. But when you commit to doing the Gromp, and you run down here, one, like you're on a ward. But yeah, like you're not ahead enough to do this with Keiko there.
Okay.
Doesn't help that your Jhin played it pretty badly.
Blue team double kill.
They're once again pathing towards top. At least you get a double kill, nice. Unfortunately, you can't grubs though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I knew Akshan was like rotating there. I figured it's like the kind of the same thing where it's like taking a bad play, hoping it works instead of just being disciplined and resetting.
Yep. So, I think part of the hesitation is because you don't actually know, like, what you want to do with the reset.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's say you do reset. What should you be doing with that?
Just Gromp and then playing for Drake, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's pretty much all you can do because you keep forcing yourself into topside.
I see.
Every single time you're like clearing your bot, clearing up, and you're just stuck in this loop. We see Shaco, so this isn't the worst. Great.
Slain the dragon.
Work. Tell me she gets out. Okay, good.
Shut down.
Okay, so after this play, what should you do?
Clear my bot side.
No. Let's see. You've only got 825 gold, but I want you to reset and path down.
Okay, that makes yeah. Because it'll still be the same spawn, but okay, I see.
And we don't care about playing around Quinn. Don't care about it. All you care about is having your ultimate up and being bot side every time it's up.
Okay.
If you do this, fighting again. Admittedly, it's not that bad if like you immediately recall after Krugs and run straight bot, but you're still stuck in that loop every time.
Yeah, because it's like each time I path up here, there's really like nothing to do, and I just end up resetting.
Yep. So, what kind of variable would we need to make it better to path up towards top lane a lot like this?
Maybe like a melee matchup, double ignite or something, where
No.
they're just constantly
Nope.
fighting.
Nope. It's not. It's not champion based.
Um,
Well, I mean, it is in a way, but you need a really fed top laner. Is what you need.
oh, I see.
I don't care what champion they're playing. I don't care if they're melee, range, whatever. You just need somebody fed that you can consistently dive with. Because that goes back to all you care about is setting up a dive. So that the enemy
Okay.
top laner or bot laners, whoever, don't get to farm.
Okay. And that's something that just kind of ends up being like random chance. Like
Mhm.
it's not because I choose to play around them and they get fed. It's just if they end up being strong, then okay, path to it, play
Yep.
around it. Okay.
Yeah. And so then, because we have 0-3 Quinn, it's going to be really hard to accomplish that goal.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been about an hour. Obviously, I could talk about more, but I think there's already plenty.
Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot already.
Yeah. So yeah, the last little note there that I'll put is like play for the fight, not the objectives itself, like you mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
So yeah, when it comes to like what you should work on for now, the key things are like the level 6, obviously that one you're familiar with, and then playing more towards pathing down and like using your ultimates to get some good dives going. It's
Okay.
like the main thing is that way you won't be stuck in this loop if you're playing for grubs or playing for top lane, which is a lot harder to get value out of generally
Mhm.
than bottom. Obviously, there are some like good games to play for top, but I think like at least get the basic pathing down first, and then you can get a little more adaptive later on.
Okay. And would the basic pathing just be pathing for my 6, like maybe clearing towards bot generally? Or
Yeah,
whatever's
most
like
of the time, yeah.
Okay.
Just clearing like your first clear, you're clearing towards bottom because it's safer, and then after that, your clearing is going to be generally based around whenever your ultimate's going to be up.
Okay.
So like, let's say we take a random instance in mid game. I need something where like camps are up. A lot of camps. Okay, this isn't gonna work. Well, yeah. So we'll say that like all of your camps are up, and it's like your third clear or something. You're about to hit level 6.
Mhm.
When you hit level 6, off of whatever camps it takes you, then you decide, okay, I've hit 6. Do I skip the remainder of camps because I have a good setup with like a slow push? Or are my teammates in base? They're not really in a position where we can do anything, and then you keep clearing.
Okay.
So it always goes back to like, if you don't have a good opportunity, full clear. If you have something greater than just standard killing your camps, absolutely take it.
Mhm.
But it should not feel at any point like you're pressured to do so.
And then it's not like just killing someone is worth more than camps in general, I guess. It's as you've
Yes.
been saying, it's like more about dives and like how it's going to
Yeah.
affect the lane
They have to be
overall.
losing minions. So when I say dives, I don't mean like they get all of the minions and then die. No, they have to actually lose the minions. That's the important part.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense, yeah. Like playing more around wave states than just kills and gold.
Yeah. An exception to this obviously is if they have like a massive shutdown. If they're like
Yeah, yeah.
worth 1,000 gold, then ignore all of that and make sure you can kill them.
Hmm. All right. Thank you a lot. That was actually really helpful.
No problem.
I feel like the grubs thing, I very well could have just gone the whole season pathing towards grubs every single game if I didn't hear you talk about grubs.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
thanks a
that's a
bunch, man.
common thing. No problem. Oh, but